what are my thoughts on the Shark Ninja Stratos Cordless vacuum cleaner? So I've had this for about a month now. I use it mainly for cleaning my Airbnb. I got it just because it's lightweight, easy to move around. You don't have to keep plugging something in. I had a Dyson before, plugging it in, having to go to one room to another and unplug it all the time. The cord gets stuck everywhere. It's just, if you've been there, you've been there, you know what it's like. So I needed something cordless. Now, I did a Google, I looked around. It was this or the Dyson cordless. I've always used Dysons, but I really like Shark Ninja. I've got a couple of their other products. I've got a lot of their kitchen stuff. Looking at the reviews, I was like, you know what? I am going to move away from Dyson for a while because I had one of the handheld cleaners and it just vacuum cleaners and it broke. Actually, it broke twice. So I was kind of like, I'm going to try a different brand. So this came really recommended, and I have spoken to some other Airbnb owners, and they say in their people that have like various properties, they actually have one in each one, and they absolutely love them. So I'm going to give a sort of review, thoughts of what I like and what I don't like about this product. First of all, when it arrived, it's a really small box, it's really compact, it folds away, so you can see the tipping, it completely folds away. So when it arrived, it's quite small and you think, oh, that's not going to be very powerful, very good. But it's very easy to put together, so there's no sort of messing around. Like I say, it's very compact, you can put it, sort of fold it away somewhere out of the way, and then to plug it in is just there. Plug it in wherever you want to put it. Like I say, really lightweight, really easy to use. I find that for Airbnb, it's really easy to maneuver around corners, under sofas. I really like the way the mechanism folds down so you can fully go right under a sofa. Sometimes when you're doing multiple changeovers or even just at home, you don't want to be moving sofas all the time. So if you can get under it, it's great. Go straight under. If you're doing wood floors, it has the light at the front so you can sort of see a bit more if you don't have the lights on into corners. I would say I don't necessarily find that helpful. I don't know if anyone else is the same with these sort of style of hoovers with the lights. I don't really see that it's showing me dirt or anything, so don't know if it was really needed, but a useful extra thing to have. I like that the top pulls away and then you can clip it on for sort of handheld bits and pieces. I really like that. One of the things I particularly like about this one is the clean sense thing it has. I think it's called that. So you can just set it on to sort of like an eco mode, so it will just stay at a steady amount so you don't use up so much battery. You can put it on boost mode. So I use the boost mode if I'm doing the handheld smaller bits, just because you need that power. The sort of clean sense thing is really good. So as it's working around, it'll sense how dirty the floor is or dirty where you're cleaning, and then it will like power it up and increase the speed and the suction. And then for bits that don't need so much, you know, it's not as dirty, it'll lower it back down. I think that's a great feature, and it also shows you at the bottom on the front the clean sense, so how much it's using, how powerful it's being, how much it's sensing that's dirty. So I think that's a really great feature. Battery life is pretty decent, so to do this 2-bedroom annex with a sitting room and all of that, probably use about 50% of the battery maybe. I've never completely run it down, to be honest, so I feel like that's pretty good. I did wonder if it had the same suction power as my Dyson, and to be honest, I think it does. So Dyson, when you're moving between like a rug and hard floor, the suction would sometimes I'd be pulling up the rug, or it was just it's just difficult to use. While with this, it's very easy to maneuver across different types of flooring, which I think is great. It collects the same amount of dirt as my Dyson did, so I think it has the same amount of power. The one other negative is cleaning it out. A lot of times when I first used it, I was getting the buttons confused and I kept emptying it out on myself, and it was really annoying. So I think the buttons just take a little bit of time, like the buttons folding away versus taking the top bit out. I did keep sort of accidentally hitting this one here that is for the rubbish, for emptying it, and then just completely making a mess everywhere. So I will say that. And then the one final thing that annoys me is I have it leaning against the sofa here, because if you don't, it's just going to fall over. So you have to lean it when you're charging against a wall. It does fold down, so I think it does less leaning, but if you want it upright, it kind of just falls over, which you can see is a bit annoying. But to be honest, it's not that bad. It is very lightweight. I will say if you're using it for a long period of time, your arm does start to ache, but I mean, you're not using it for that long, so it's not that bad. I have yet to fully clean out bits. People have said you need to kind of regularly clean it, so I am going to do that at some point, but so far it picks up everything. It does what I'm asking it to do. I'm sure there's some more features on here that I've yet to see, but so far, I highly recommend it. So this usually retails for about £400, and I got it on the Shark website with discounts at around £260, so really good price. I don't know if they still have that discount sale on, but I've put a link below to the specific model I have if you're interested. But so far, it does what I'm asking it to do, and that's all really you want. Doesn't slow me down now when I'm having to clean the Airbnb. It's not a faff to go and get it. There's no cords. But yeah, definitely so far. Let me know if you have this particular model, or if there's another Hoover that cordless sort of vacuum cleaner that you really like. Let me know in the comments below. But that has been the Shark Stratos, and I like it. I think it's really good. Let me know if you want further reviews of products that I use in Airbnb. But otherwise, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.